Hello friends, myself Pardeshi Varsha Vijay Kumar from Residential Junior College, Ahmednagar. Hello friends, how are you? I hope you are fit and fine. In last lecture, we have started journal and importance of journal. So the word journal is derived from French word jour, that is Jour, which means a day. In journal, day-to-day transactions are recorded in chronological order, that is date-wise. Journal is a book of original entry or primary entry. We have seen in last lecture the format of journal. So, in journal, first column is a date column, second particular columns, next LF column, next debit amount rupees, next credit amount rupees. So today we are going to see a simple problem of journal which is on page number 84. Now see the problem. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Anand General Merchants. 2019 April. On April 1st, Mr. Anand started business with cash rupees 60,000. On 5th April, purchased goods for cash rupees 30,000. On 7th April, sold goods of rupees 10,000 to Suresh. On 10th April, purchased furniture from Mr. Govind on credit rupees 30,000. On 15th April, paid for rent rupees 3,000 and paid by debit card. On 21st April, purchased goods from Urmila on credit rupees 70,000. On 27th April, paid for transport rupees 1,000 to United Transport. On 30th April, paid to Urmila rupees 20,000 on behalf of Sharmila. Now you have to prepare the format of journal. Now see, I have prepared the format of journal in the books of Anand General Merchant. Journal, date, particulars, LF, debit amount and credit amount rupees. In date column, first we have to write the year, then month, and now only date. So on 1st April, see the transaction. Mr. Anand started business with cash rupees 60,000. Mr. Anand has started business and he has brought cash rupees 60,000. Now cash comes in, so your first entry will be cash account debit to Anand's capital account. He has brought the capital, so Anand's capital account. So 60,000 and credit 60,000. Now narration you have to write. Being started business with cash. Now see, every debit has equal corresponding credit. Now first on 5th April, purchase goods for cash. Now here goods are purchased on 5th April. So purchases account debit and amount of goods is 30,000. for cash. So here goods comes in and cash goes out. I have given debit to purchases account. Purchases account debit rupees 30,000 to cash goes out. So cash account credit rupees 30,000. Narration: being purchased goods for cash. Being purchase goods for cash. Now goods are purchased, goods comes in and cash goes out. We can write here goods account debit, but we are going to write purchases account debit to cash account credit rupees 30,000. Next transaction, see, sold goods of rupees 10,000 to Suresh. On 7th April, goods are sold to Suresh. This is a credit transaction. So, Suresh account debit. Suresh account debit rupees 10,000 to sales account rupees 10,000. Narration: being sold goods on credit. Being sold goods to Suresh. On 10th April, purchase furniture from Mr. Govind on credit. Now, furniture is purchased, but it is purchased on credit, rupees 30,000. Now, asset is purchased, asset comes in, your entry will be furniture account debit on 10th April. Furniture account debit and amount of furniture is 30,000 to, and furniture is purchased on credit from Mr. Govinda to Mr. Govinda's account credit rupees 30,000. Narration: being purchased furniture on credit. Being purchase furniture on credit. Next transaction, on 15th April, paid for rent rupees 3,000 and paid by debit card. Now rent is paid and rent is an expense. Rent is an expense, and according to the rule of nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gain. Now here rent is an expense and paid rent. So cash goes out. Rent is an expense, and so your entry will be rent account debit on 15th April, rent account debit, and amount of rent is 3,000 and he has paid by debit card, so you have to give credit to bank account rupees 3,000. Narration: being paid rent. Being paid rent by debit card. Now, next transaction, on 21st, purchase goods from Urmila. Now, goods are purchased from Urmila on credit. Now, here goods are purchased from Urmila on credit rupees 70,000. Rupee on 21st April, purchases account debit, goods are purchased, so purchases account debit and amount is 70,000 and goods are purchased from Urmila on credit. Cash does not goes out and so to Urmila's account credit rupees 70,000. Why credit is given to Urmila? Because this is a credit transaction. Goods are purchased from Urmila. So, being purchase goods from Urmila on credit. Next, on 27th, paid for transport rupees 1,000 to United Transport. Now again paid for transport. Transport is an expense and paid means cash goes out. So here transport account debit on 27th. Transport is an expense. So transport account debit and amount of transport is rupees 1,000 and cash goes out means so cash account credit rupees 1,000 being paid transport. Transport is an expense, so we have given debit to the transport and cash goes out, so we have given credit to cash account. Now see, on 30th April, paid to Urmila rupees 20,000 on behalf of Sharmila. Now paid to Urmila, but here the Sharmila is indirectly receiver of the amount because paid to Urmila on behalf of Sharmila. So Sharmila is indirectly receiver of the amount. So we have to give debit to Sharmila's account debit and cash goes out. Sharmila's account debit rupees 20,000 and cash goes out rupees credit 20,000 being paid to Urmila on behalf of Sharmila. Now we have to make the total. Here we have to write total and we have to make the total. Every debit has equal corresponding credit. Thank you.